first of Chloe's go home exercises post TPLO. And this is just simply toe touching. We're going to stand off to the side, supporting her on her good leg. And we're going to take the right foot at the hock, gently pick it up, place it on the floor, scrape it backwards a few inches, and that's it. Up again, and repeat. And we don't want to bring her up into a big flex, just enough to get that foot off the floor when we bring it forward. This is going to remind her of where her toe needs to be facing. It's going to offer a little bit of flexion, some range of motion while she's in a standing position. And I would say do that 10 times, twice daily.
And put pressure on the other side?
Yes, you just kind of lean in just slightly. So it is causing her to add a little more, but we're also supporting her here. Very little pressure. It's actually, I'm allowing her to lean on me, and I just kind of just shift back. Which brings us to the next exercise. This is weight shifting. And we're going to have her standing on a flat surface to start with. We'll make it harder in the future. I'd like to see both of her legs evened up to where they're side by side or pretty close to it. Again, I'm going to support her under the chest. Here you go. Here you go. And do extremely light rocking. It's almost not even visible. So this is the beginning weight shifting. So we're asking her to bear just a tiny bit of weight on that foot, more than what she would voluntarily do herself. Good girl. And about 10-15 seconds of weight shifting. And then let her relax. Good job. Good girl. And then another 10 to 15 seconds of weight shifting. So we like to do things in threes. So 3 15-second weight shifts, and then twice daily, if we could do that. One other thing, and this is the last thing we're going to have you do at home, other than the passive range of motion.
Yeah, we may show that again, just to, I may have you go through that again so I have it on
The
here.
passive, sure. Okay, so this is called basketball. And I'm just going to keep her from walking away from me. Okay, we're going to put our foot down. So I'm going to have to come over here so I can keep an eye on what this foot's doing. Okay, so we're going to ask that foot to be in contact. And I'm going to dribble a basketball. And I don't do it so that there's a rhythm to it. It's like 1, and then sometimes 1, 2. And again, it's barely perceptible, and we don't want to do any more weight bearing than that, okay? Just enough to remind her that I've got a leg there and I've got muscles, and I need to work those. So let's come over here and do some passive range motion. Oh, that's it, Chloe, you're almost done. You are almost done. All right. Here we go, kiddo. Let me sit for me. Good girl. Let her put on it. And so here I am. I have the dog's back to me. And for me, when I do stretching, the way this works is I'm not pinning the dog. I'm just letting her know I don't need to have her sit up.
Yep.
So my leg is just lightly resting over her, but it just kind of helps keep her from popping up. So I'm going to stabilize her hip with my leg. And this is going to be the one where we're going to bring that femur down so it's almost in a straight line. And then supporting right below that stifle joint. I'm going to make it look like a right angle from where I'm at. And then very gently, I'm only moving it about a half of an inch, that hock toward her butt bone, that sit bone back here.
Okay.
10 times, twice daily. And our next stretch, this is where I really want to block this hip, because I don't want the hip moving, I want to move the stifle. So again, I'm going to stabilize underneath the joint and just above the joint, and the leg is in line with the body. Slowly stretch her back. And I'm still asking her to stretch. It may not be visible, but I am feeling the muscles begin to relax a little bit more. There, good girl. And then I allow the leg to come back up and relax a little bit before I go into my next stretch. And so you go back in, and you'll probably notice that you're going to get a better stretch the second and third time. But about 15 seconds, and then off, and let her relax. One more, babe. One more. Here we go. Oh, close. Almost done. Okay. And then our last is, go ahead, again, stabilize underneath the stifle. I'm back behind the leg, right below the stifle, so I'm at the gastroc. That would be the equivalent to a human's, the calf of their leg. I'm going to ask her to stretch this forward. She hasn't had to stretch forward for a long time. Yeah, so those hamstrings haven't had to stretch. And again, I go by feel, and everything is slow, and because my hand is back here, I can feel how tight those muscles are. I don't want to push it any further. And I do believe in slow breathing. You can get your dog to relax a lot with you with that. Again, 15-second hold. Slowly release it. So all the exercises are fairly brief, but yeah.
And then ice or after, or no, but
Ice before you go out for a walk, and the range of motion after you come in.
okay.
If her stifle feels hot after you come in, you can ice it again. Okay? No more than 10 minutes on, and no ice in direct contact with the skin. Use some kind of towel, some kind of barrier, so you don't over-chill the skin.
Sure.
But ice several times a day is fine. But again, and you're doing well. I saw you checking for heat in that joint, which is really good for you to do.
Okay.
I would rather, if you want to ice when she comes back in and do range of motion, that's dandy, but ice before.
Okay.
Okay? And one other thing, with this scar that she has here, that's healing right now to where you can take your fingers and just do a little friction massage on either side of that scar tissue. What that can help with is that scar can get gummy and stick, and the skin just doesn't slide over the fascia as well anymore. So
Tightness, so it.
if you're hanging out with her, just give that a little bit of rub. And when I mean cross friction,